Hey, I'm back for part 2! Okay. And Best YouTube Channel also asked, do you still respect Chris Benoit? Yes, and here's why. Okay. Jose Gonzalez kills Bruiser Brody. Obviously, they claim no self-defense, but everyone pretty much assumes that he killed him. And people still respect him, kinda. Not much, but like the wrestling promoters, they still kinda do it. And here's the ultimate reason why I still respect Chris Benoit. He achieved so much in the business. I don't think that was the real Chris Benoit. That was the steroid Benoit. He doesn't deserve all the crap he's getting, and I definitely think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Without a doubt in my mind, with all he did, one of the best wrestlers in the world, travels around the world. Come on, that's not fair. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Now, if you want to use, okay, maybe murder, that was the drugs that did it, but what about the suicide? And I say, yes, the suicide was definitely the drugs that did it. Every wrestler in this company almost everyone does steroids, at least 40%, I think I heard someone say. And in the 80s, it was like 90% who do steroids. Benoit was just one of the unlucky few where the steroids took over him. Yes, I still respect Chris Benoit. Here's what really gets me. The Von Erichs, 4 of them committed suicide. Oh, 1 of them died, and then 3 of them committed suicide. And the one that died, David, Ric Flair believes that that he died of a drug overdose, and Bruiser Brody flushed the pills down the toilet, which is what Ric Flair believes. They didn't really have the drugs take over them. Not at least, definitely not Mike, definitely not Chris. Kerry was doing drugs at the time, but he wasn't high when he got killed. Come on, they all killed themselves. 3 of them killed themselves, and you know what? They're gonna go in the Hall of Fame. Why can't Benoit? Benoit was just one of the unlucky where the drugs overtook him. It's a sad, sad story. Kurt Hennig dies of a drug overdose. He's in the Hall of Fame. A lot of wrestlers dies of a drug overdose. They're in the Hall of Fame. Why isn't Benoit? The drugs just took over him with road rage. And I'm tired of people giving him so much shit. So yes, I still respect Chris Benoit. And I really hope to God that he gets put in the Hall because he damn well deserves it. And it makes me sad when he gets all this shit, when really everyone's doing the same thing. Chris Benoit just got unlucky. The next question's from EcoTricks1999. He says, the first question, what is one of your favorite wrestling matches of all time, and what do you think makes a great match? I've said this before. To me, what makes a great match, I don't want it to be too slow, but I don't want it to be extremely fast, like what the Guns do. I love that. I'll be entertained, but I won't call it one of my favorites. What I prefer for a great match, I would prefer for, something that, like, kind of what happened in The Wrestler today. Something that kind of starts with a bunch of, not too many headlocks, not a lot of headlocks, just the lock up, the clothesline, the bulldog. I like seeing a lot of moves. I don't like seeing a lot of bam, shwam, wham. Of course, I don't like seeing push, duck. But I like seeing a lot of not spots, just like moves, like what Bret Hart does. A bulldog, then a clothesline, then a crossbody, then the elbow thing, then a suplex. I like seeing a lot of that. That to me is what makes a great match. So you can be relaxed, but not enough that you're bored. But not enough into it that you're just going crazy, and the match happens so fast. I love those matches, but I don't consider them my favorites. And also, question number 2, do you think there's a possibility for one more match between The Rock and Austin? I would agree. I would definitely, if Austin was to fight anyone at Mania, it should be The Rock. Remember at the Hall of Fame last year, The Rock said, okay, maybe me and you, Austin, can have one last match. So, sorry, I can't really wink. So if they can have one last match, why can't it be an Austin's retirement match? Austin has said before that he needs 3 months to train. Well, you know what? No big deal. So you got 2. Let's say that he's going to be fighting in Mania, and he knew that a long time ago. Maybe they told him in December. In January. So there's your 3 months right there. So honestly, yes, I think there is a possibility of Austin, although Austin did say in a review about coming back to WWE, I retired 5 years ago. It was a perfect way for me to go out. Once again, this could be WWE giving us a swerve. Maybe they're both just don't want to admit anything and they don't want to reveal it. Maybe there will be an Austin Rock and Mania. There might be. I honestly believe there might be. Okay, I really hope there is. Jeff Gold, 1765 says, what do you think TNA could do to make themselves a great company they used to be? God, I love having questions like these. Okay, my answer to that is, where to begin? Number 1, TNA Stop it with the shitty storylines. The weird-ass gimmick storylines that could be good, but then you turn it horrible. Like Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt, that could have been special. That could have been really something. And then you had to go ruin it with those gimmick matches. The ladder match was good, but like even the purpose for the ladder match was just weak. It should have been... I didn't like how that ended. The winner gets Val. That's so stupid. That's just the worst way you could have ended that feud. And then the first match, it started out good. Like, with the first match, it started out going as it wanted to be. And then the second match was just horrible. The stupid, what's it called? Black tie ball and chain. And the third match, I knew that when they had a third match, it should have been that Val turns on Sanjay, because we all saw that coming. But it shouldn't be the winner gets Val. Because then, like, for the 9-year-old fans, they really can't see it coming. Like, it ruins the whole purpose of Val turning on Jay when Sanjay might win anyways. So it was really stupid that they had that winner gets Val. I think Val should have just... Remember, they could have had, like, maybe even a street fight. Something. Another match. You guys could have thought of something. Last man standing would have even been good. They could have made that work. Where, like, Dutt pins Jay and Val says, Jay, come on, get up, get up, get up. 8, 9, low blow. 10. That would have worked. And would have made a hell of a lot more sense. But the way they booked it was just horrible. So no gimmick matches. I don't want to see a last rites match. I don't want to see a knockout get shaved. I don't want to see the electrified cage. I don't want to see a black tie ball and chain. And I don't want to see an MMA match. God dang you, TNA. Stop it with that crap. Second, focus more on your young guys. You guys supposedly pride yourself on getting the young guys to be the top talent in the company. But they're not. You're pushing them lower and lower and lower down the chain by pushing the old veterans and not letting the young guys have their time to shine. Come on, TNA. If the young guys don't get their chance, you're going to lose them. You already lost Petey. You lost Jimmy Rave. That's what I guess. You're going to lose more, TNA. And then you're just going to have a bunch of old farts who can't wrestle and it's going to bore the shit out of people. People still kind of watch your show because they know that you have the guns, you have lethal consequences, and you had Petey Williams and you gave him away. So you got to focus more on your young guys. Stop focusing on your veterans. Their time was 20 years ago. Okay, maybe not 20. 10 years ago. For Sting, I thought Sting was in like 2000, 2001. I thought I was like telling myself, okay, Sting, I think now you can take a break. So even during Sting's last days of WWE, I thought that Sting had already done enough. So come on, just stop. I think Kurt Angle's not even considered a legend. He's only been in this business for 10 years now. 10 years is not really that much. But Sting has been in for like 20-something. Nash has been in it for around 20. Because remember, he was Vinny Vegas before he was Diesel. And before he was Shawn Michaels' bodyguard. He was Vinny Vegas in WCW. It's for like 91, 92. And Booker's been there a while too. So come on. Steiner, I heard can barely even walk. RVT Team for Life in this video says Steiner can barely even walk backstage. And third, TNA, you got the gimmicks. You got to push the young guys. And also TNA, know how to effing end a feud. Like this whole main event mafia crap and this whole frontline the internal feuds that I talked about. And the damn feud. It leaves the fans confused. One time they did this with the whole Rhino James Storm thing. I thought the feud ended at No Surrender. And first of all, they had a match, and then they had a bar brawl, and then they had another match. No, after the bar brawl, it's the rule of wrestling. You're supposed to have if you're going to have a stipulation match, it should be great. If you're going to have another match in a series, it's either they're all the same, which is rare in wrestling, like 3 normal matches, or the stipulation increase. It's not like the Olympics. It's not like you have first place in the middle, and then second and third on the sides. No, you're supposed to increase. So you should have had a normal match, then a bar brawl, then come something with better than that. Elevation X kind of, I guess, would have worked. But you don't go back to a regular match like they did No Surrender. And then I thought, okay, this feud is over. James Storm goes feuds with Eric Young. Rhino comes back for no reason, says, oh yeah, we're fighting again. I'm like, but I thought you guys ended it. Apparently TNA had never ended it. Rhino left. Rhino won the last match, which made no sense. Rhino won the last match between them at No Surrender. And then you're like, okay, the feud is over. But no, Rhino wants more. Why does he want more? He got his revenge, for one thing. If James Storm had won a No Surrender, I kind of see it. But when Rhino wins a No Surrender, like the feud, it can't go any farther. It sort of stops there. And then they fight Elimination X in a pretty shit match that Rhino wins. And I'm like, does that end it? Apparently not, because James Storm still fights Rhino Lockdown, so technically it's not over yet. So I'm like, TNA doesn't know how to end feuds. And this is what's going to happen with the Mafia. The critical thing, I guarantee you're going to fight for a month, and then they're just suddenly going to go back to the front line. No, you got to end a feud. There's no gaps in the middle. You end a damn feud, TNA. TNA can do end their feuds, less gimmick matches, better storylines, and push the fucking X Division. Thank you, Teddy Boy Smith, too. Yeah, I only got like 5 more questions or 6 more questions. I gotta go. Bigrat310 out. Peace. Part 3 coming up.